in the Woodyard. We're going to talk about wood. We're going to move wood. Here we go. So yesterday was a fabulous day here in the Woodyard. I received three loads of firewood, logs that is. And I am like a 5-year-old on Christmas morning. I've got so much wood here to make into firewood. It's awesome. It's too bad you guys can't be here. So the load that's back here, I did get a good price on it. I thought it was going to be better than what it was. Now, half of the load that we got is this beautiful stuff, this size right here. Absolutely wonderful. So here's like an 11-inch piece, and I know that because it's written on here, 11 and a half. Here's one that's 11. This is all stuff that didn't make the grade as far as marketable logs for lumber. It was cut on a private property by a logger, and then he marked it and measured it, and all the good wood was separated out. And this is the stuff that they just wanted gone, and I did get it at a good price. For those of you that want to know, half of the load was this beautiful stuff. The other half is kind of down over there. There's some smaller ones. There's some good ones in there too, but I would say all in all, this particular load of wood was probably 12-ish, maybe a little more than that, full cords. And of the 12 cords, 10, maybe 11, excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. It's going to make great firewood. And the owner offered me all of the wood, if you saw that video, which you should have. There's probably 2 to 3 more loads there yet. Offered me all of it at a very good price, but after looking at it, I could see that it needed to be sorted. A lot of the wood was too long and too short and too small. So it was kind of all mixed up. So we kind of took the best stuff we could get out of the pile. If you saw it being loaded, we were kind of picking out the smaller stuff and getting rid of that. I had to end up cutting some of the longer stuff off because it wasn't cut to 100 inches, which is standard, and it wasn't cut to 16 feet, which is the other standard. It was just kind of all over the place. So when we put it on the truck, there was stuff that was sticking out a foot, 6 inches, 2 feet, and it all had to be trimmed because of the way the trucks have to be loaded. There's not obviously full length stuff, tree length stuff, and what you want is the standard size for hauling it. So going down the road, it can't stick outside of the bed of the trailer basically, so I had to trim it off. So there's a lot of it like that that's there yet, and I may go back and get some more, but this load right here, everything you see, is $400, which is a good price. But there's a lot of small stuff in here too, and the stuff that's remaining, I would say more than 50% is going to be excellent wood, but it's all mixed up with some of the really small stuff, which I really, it's not that I don't want it, but it's not processor wood, and I want to use the processor as much as possible and not have to do it. So I may go back and pick out some of that stuff and haul it back with my trailer and buy some more wood from him. He's also going to be cutting a lot more. They have 120 or 30, 50 acres, 70 acres, I don't know, a bunch of land, and they got a bunch more trees they're going to be cutting down of dead ash and some other wood. So I may be going back and buying some more wood from him because he wants to obviously make some money on it, and he wants to get rid of it because they're running out of room. So it's a good contact. Like I said, I might be getting some more. Now, one of the other loads that I got, we'll walk over here and I'll show you the other load. This is a load that came from Logger Jason, and he's been saving this wood for me because I told him I wanted it. And in the past, he's given me a whole bunch of white oak, odd stuff, tree service stuff, but he's been saving out the good stuff. So what you see here is the good stuff. There's a lot of really good processor type wood in here. Yes, there's some crotches that I'll have to cut out, but overall, it's all really good. Now the stuff right behind me here is the 100-inch, the 8-foot stuff. The stuff that's over next to the tractor over there, that is the 16-foot stuff. And this was a complete load. And this I did pay regular full price, $120 a cord, plus the trucking, because it had to come from an hour away, because he's an hour away from me. Now there is a few sticks of hickory in here. I think there was like 5 or 6. I saw there's one right there. And I'll pull those out and put that with the hickory. But this is the white oak, and there's 2 kinds of white oak. There's the regular white oak, which you see right here, and then there's the river white oak, which are swamp white oak they call it, which is the stuff that's more scaly like down here. It almost looks like hickory, but it's not. It's white oak, just a different version of, I think I moved the camera so you can see. So there's the regular white oak and the one below it there. There you go. The one below it is the swamp white oak. So 2 different kinds of white oak, but it's white oak. And this is stuff that I have customers that want white oak, people that smoke meat really like it. But my regular customers that just like oak also like it. This whole load here is going to be turned into firewood with the processor, and that is a good thing. Now, the other wood that I got in the load, the first load that came from my regular trucker. It's a new driver, which is a real nice young guy. Did a really good job. You saw him unloading a little, you should have seen him. He hauled all 3 of these loads for me. So this load you see back here is all barkless red oak. This is the stuff that I've been wanting to get. And the reason is because a big percentage of this is going to be 100% dry. Probably half of this, the smaller stuff, things like this size right here and this size right here, I can see by looking, it's all cracked vertically, cracked on the ends. It's got that kind of porous looking end. All that stuff is going to be dry and ready to burn now, which is good. So I am going to be separating it. And the reason I'm going to separate it is I have someone who wants to buy multiple loads of boiler wood. And the boiler wood is going to be cut to 20 inches and split either just in halves or quarters. So bigger chunks. And I'm going to actually separate out the dry stuff today. That's what you're going to see next. I am going to separate this out here. So I'm going to be digging through these piles. There's some white oak here that needs to go over there. There's also some red oak that has bark on it. I'll go over here so you can see it. There's red oak like this that has bark on it. This will be wet on the inside, but there is some barkless stuff here that will be dry. So I'm going to separate this out. This is stuff I actually got from another location that I just set over here. So I'm going to sort this out, and then we're going to go through this pile. So I'm basically going to make 2 piles. Dry wood and wood that needs to be dried yet. Now this customer that is buying my boiler wood that I'm going to be cutting, it's not for this fall coming, which would be 6-7 months from now. It's for the fall and winter after that. So more than 1.5 years out. And this particular customer wants 2 years worth of wood at all times. Smart move. Because they heat their house with it, and it's a big log cabin. And they have just a wonderful storage area for storing wood and a new wood boiler. So their amount of wood they burn now is about 1/3 less than what they used to burn, which is great for them, bad for me. But we have cold winters, and this last winter they thought they were going to burn a lot less, like half as much, and they burned almost as much because we had such extreme cold for so long. So they need more wood, and they want to be stocked up. So I am going to be sorting this first of all, and then the wood that needs to be dried yet, the bigger stuff, I'll take you down here so that you can see. So stuff like this right here, this is the stuff I'm going to be processing for them here, and then here this has got bark on it, so that'll be wet on the inside. Stuff down there. This here will be a dry one, as you can see how cracked this is. This is going to go into the dry pile. This will go into the wet pile because it's not real deep cracks. It's starting to crack, but not a lot. Things that has this porous look to it, like right here, this one, that one, this one, these will all be dry. Ones that are, like I said, right here, and the stuff that has bark on it, and there's some bigger ones back there. Those will be turned into boiler wood for this particular customer, and I'm going to save all of my stuff that I know is pretty darn dry or 100% dry to be sold right away. So it's a little extra work, but as far as your customer base, you got to know your customers, what they want, what they like, and then provide that for them. So there's going to be stuff in here that's wet, like this one with bark for sure will be wet, so that'll be like cut and then split in half. This one here will be cut and split in half because I can see that that's going to be wet, and I'll separate these all out. So I'm going to be making 2 new piles. So basically, I'm going to ride around in my tractor for a couple hours here at least, and I know it's a lot of extra handling of the wood, but in the long run, it's going to be good for me and my customers. So, and that is what matters. So it's a beautiful day today. Too bad I'm going to be sitting on a tractor, but that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do some tractor time. We're going to move wood, separate wood, so you're going to get to watch that right now. So we did some separating. I got the dry wood over here, not all of it, but most of it from the first row and a little bit from the second row. So here's the pile. So as you can see, I marked all the ones that are wet with spray paint. There's a couple others I'll find as I go too. If I find something with bark on it, I know that it's not totally dry, but I didn't clean it up, but I took all the wood out of here and I started over here. So I kind of got a little opening there anyway. And I put all the stuff that I looked at that was wet over here. And this is stuff that I'm going to be cutting right away for boiler wood. So anything that looked wet, number one. Number two is if they were nasty, ugly snakes like this one here, I don't want to run that through the processor. That's a twisted up. Look at that twist on that thing. I don't want to run that through the processor. Stuff like this with big crotches, sweep in it, it's got knots. So this will all be hand cut probably and go for boiler wood. And I'm going to do that probably tomorrow. There is white oak in here. You can see like these crotchy ones I put in here, stuff with knots, stuff like this that's real, twisted and knots. Everything in here is basically wet, twisty, nasty. Look at that snake there. Ooh, that's a dandy there. So there's a bunch of those bananas and snakes, I call them. And so these are going to get cut up. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. So there, I got stuff moved around. This is over here out of the way, and this is going to get processed right away. I'm going to cut this all up to a bigger size because my customer wants it right away. They've been asking for wood now for probably over a month, and I just told her I didn't have any oak that was ready to go, and because it's for 2 years, it wasn't that big a deal. They just told me, hey, whenever you're ready, let me know. So I got the wood now, so now I can go to work on this. So I'm going to cut this up right here on the concrete. So I'm going to bring in my cant hook, my wood chuck, so I can lift it off the concrete, so I'm not cutting on the concrete. Obviously, that's a bad thing. I can cut a lot of it right into the pile here, and then I'll bring the splitter in here and I'll split it right into the trailer and take it and deliver it. And they want something like at least 4, maybe 6 loads. So 4 face cords, a full cord, and a third per load. Last year they bought 8 loads, so it was pretty dang good. So I don't know if they're gonna want the same amount again or not, but I'll get started on it. So I got all this I can do, and then we've got that pile over there that we can do, and then that pile over there, which is white oak. I can work on that too. So whatever I got to do to fill the order, I will do. That's all I got for today, folks. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. with another video. Come on back. We're going to get the saws. We're going to cut. Good night, everybody.